What's up, good people? Here's some information for you if you're not aware. If you're looking at buying a sailboat, it's something that you want to start getting into. You don't hear too many people talking about it, but the insurance for these sailboats is probably the biggest obstacle that you will reach uh, uh, going through your sailing adventures. And the reason being is that the qualifications on a lot of these boats changed at the beginning of 2021, and so now all your major carriers like Geico and Progressive and Allstate and all them, uh, they won't insure anything over 40 years old now. So you have to make sure that your boat is newer, and size. If you've never owned a sailboat, then you need to show proof that you've owned a smaller boat. So, like I bought a 38 to start with because this is new for me, So I bought a 38, and I was thinking, well, I want to buy my last boat first because I don't want to own a whole ton of boats. I just want to own one boat that that's the boat that I take out and I'm comfortable with. But you can't do it that way. You've got to go through every level of Dante's Inferno for these insurance people in the boating world. So you start out on like a 20-foot boat, and see, now a lot of things they don't tell you. You can go out and buy a 1990 Hunter for about 11 grand, right? Just about anywhere, all day long, 11 grand for 128, 27, whatever it is. And that boat, like I said, about $10,000-$11,000 for that boat. Well, that's going to cost you about $4,600 a year in insurance, right? About half the value of the boat, about half of what you pay for it. So you look at that, and you say, okay, well, you got that boat for 3 or 4 years, and you can be paying about that $5,000 a year for that insurance on that boat. You got that boat for about 4 years, so you're sinking about 20 grand into it for insurance and a $10,000 or $11,000 boat, right? And then, so from that point, if you want to get into a bigger boat, because maybe eventually your whole goal is to sail to these bigger, longer passages, and you need a bigger boat to at least accommodate your crew and or your family, whoever, and feel safe. And so there's videos like the Sam Holmes sailing a little 24-foot boat or whatever to Hawaii and all that, and that's really the way to do it, like a small boat. And a lot of people say, well, you don't want to take a small boat out in the ocean like that. Well, the truth of it is, you might have to, unless you got tons of money sitting around just for this. Like if you got cancer and you've been saving for retirement your whole life or something, and maybe you spend your whole retirement just for the sailboat thing. But the insurance companies and everything, they've got it kind of set up to where, really, unless you're willing to throw a ton of money into it, it's extremely difficult. And you're not going to be able to park that thing in a marina without insurance on it. So you got to look at where you're going to put the boat. Once you get it, you can't, where are you going to put it without insurance? And so, but if you go the route that they suggest, which is get a small boat and work your way up over time. So you got a 24-foot boat, you're paying this $20,000 over the course of 4 years for the insurance, and then you turn around and sell that boat. Maybe you get back what you paid for it. This is the 10 grand that you put into it or whatever, or maybe even less because of depreciation, right? You turn around and you go buy a bigger boat. Well, the bigger boats are going to cost you even more. And so I have a 1977 38-foot Jeanneau, and nobody will cover me on the insurance because I don't have any boating experience. But if it was 35-foot boat, 1977 35-foot boat, I got a quote like Progressive, I think it was like $9,800 for a year. $9,800. I didn't get but $5 grand for this boat, and so you really gotta know what you're getting into with the sailboats, because you could easily throw away, money real easy, real easy. A lot of people say they're money pits. I got into it, because I want to do sailing. I want to spend time out there on the water enjoying it. And but when you're talking about spending that kind of money towards it, it makes it a lot less enjoyable. Insurance kind of takes the fun out of it all if you have to have insurance. And so, I mean, maybe there's some people out there that would suggest just go without insurance, and I'm sure there's a lot of boats all over the country. I know the ICW's got boats all over the place out there. People have just abandoned them, and I'm sure the insurance cost and all that stuff. I guess they think if you own a boat, then you're some kind of playboy and you got Hugh Hefner money or whatever. But yeah, insurance is a huge thing. Maintenance, I think we can all work around maintenance on boats. And I'm making this video, I'm suggesting people hear me out, because I know people that have bought newer boats, they're bigger boats, but it's still their first boat, and they're still not able to get insurance on it. So could you imagine you put $300,000 into this boat, and you're taking a family, you're planning on sailing the world with the family, and then you can't get insurance to even park it at a marina somewhere to load up with your groceries. So just some thoughts from my experience, and hopefully things will start going in a better direction with it all. But that's where it stands right now.